Today we're going to be talking about habit stacking and how it can be so much easier after you have that one thing that you already built a discipline on. Come on, let's talk about it. So how I go about my habit stacking, like I'll just give you like real examples. I started off with my 10,000 steps. So I would get the 10,000 steps in every day. And it's like when you're first building the discipline, you're going to be faced with all sorts of reasons why you shouldn't do it. Like your mind's going to be telling you no, your body's not going to want to do it. It's going to be raining. You're going to just be faced with all sorts of difficulties. But do your best to make it to day 30. Once you get to that 30-day mark, everything is way easier to just, continue to do. It just becomes like a part of your normal habits, and it's like you don't even intentionally have to do it anymore. It's just something that easily happens. So after that first discipline is firmly cemented in your daily habits, like you're not even questioning whether you're going to do it or not, that's when you can add a second thing. Anything before that, it might just be too much for your nervous system. You might just be putting on too much all at once just because you felt motivated. But once that motivation leaves you, and motivation is fleeting, it's just not going to be there all the time. As soon as it leaves, then all of the desires to do the things that you've been doing will also leave. But if you habit stack, this is building a system that just allows it to happen so much more natural. It'll just be an easier process to finish. So you get the one habit. I did the 10,000 steps. After the 10,000 steps, I'm like, okay, what else should I add? Let's do some yoga. So after the 10,000 steps, I'm like, all right, how do I get the yoga into this without messing up the 10,000 steps? I know that the 10,000 steps was going to be guaranteed. So I made sure I did the yoga before I did the 10,000 steps. This way, both of them end up getting done because since I've been doing the 10,000 steps for so long, it's really firmly rooted in who I am. So I'll kind of be disappointed in myself if I didn't get it done versus the yoga is still fairly new. So I wouldn't really care if I didn't finish it. And that's the trick. Is like you have to do the new thing that you don't really care about before the old thing that you actually have a hold on. And this way you'll get both of them done because you're going to, for a fact, get the 10,000 steps in. Like, let's just say you've been doing it for a month. You're going to get that first discipline done. But now that you have this second one that you're doing before it, they're both going to get done. You see what I'm saying? And then you work through that month like that. And then you build another habit. But just stacking a bunch of habits all at once don't really tend to work out too well because, like I spoke on earlier, the motivation is fleeting. It really will leave you. So first it was the 10,000 steps. Then I added the yoga, and then I'm like, okay, what else should I add? So I was already recording videos, but I just wasn't doing it every single day, and for sure not posting every single day. But then I just made a conscious decision, like, okay, this is going to be my new habit that I'm adding. So I record the videos before I allow myself to do the yoga, and I do the yoga before I allow myself to finish the 10,000 steps. You see what I'm saying? This way, all three of them get done instead of me just walking the 10K and then forgetting about the rest of it because I got my dopamine hit for the day. Nah. We decide that we're going to do these new habits in our mind, and then once life just shows us a little bit of difficulty, we tend to fall back from them. But having the systems in place, that helps you to just, change your inner state so that you're not forcing yourself through it. You're actually getting dopamine hits while you complete the tasks instead of just feeling so guilty and feeling forced to do the different things. And also, intentionally breathing whenever things get difficult can help you through it as well. Even with the habit stacking, adding the additional habits can still be kind of challenging. So, in those challenging moments, take a deep breath. 4 seconds in, 8 seconds out. That extended exhale will shift you out of that sympathetic state that you're in, that fight or flight tense feeling, into a parasympathetic state where you'll be able to relax a little bit more and see the options in front of you for what they are. It's just a task to do instead of this big mental monster that you're making it out to be. You don't have to put too much weight into the new things, even though the new things, the new habits that we're acquiring really can shift our lives. You don't have to put too much weight into them to the point where it just bogs you down and makes you, like we said, tense, like that fight or flight. Once you're out of the fight or flight, then things will just seem a little bit more simple. You don't have to stress and strain so much to get these new things done. Just build the systems and build the internal safety that'll allow you to get it done. I'm Brad, and this is LGTM Healing, where we get your mind right so you can go and get your money right. I'll see you next time.